broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everybody. You are watching and listening to AFTERBUZZ TV Spotlight On. I'm Jason Ikeler. Before we get started, just make sure if you're watching us on YouTube, you subscribe to that link right down there, as well on iTunes and SoundCloud. And if you want to participate in the conversation, we're using the hashtag Spotlight On because we've got a good one today. Singer, songwriter, pianist. Her new EP Wonderland is in stores now. Tess Henley is here.
Hey.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
It's been Grammy weekend and I've seen you at so many events just promoting the album. Does it feel good to get it out?
Yeah, it does. It always feels good just to because there's such a buildup, even starting from pre-production and then into the studio, and then it's the business side of things. And so it's kind of a relief, but you can't really take too much of a break,
Because then you have to promote it.
Yeah.
How many times have you been asked the same question in the last 4 days?
A lot. I remember going down the line at one of the events and I just felt like I was saying the same thing over.
It gets kind of like robotic after a while, right?
Yeah, I try to switch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because of that, we're going to ask you some AFTERBUZZ TV random ass questions.
Oh, gosh.
Just to put you on your toes.
Okay.
Keep you on your toes. Are you ready for this? Just say whatever pops in your head. What is the first album you ever bought?
Oh, gosh. This is so bad.
It's okay.
But this is what popped into my head. And it's probably not the first, but one of the first. Do you remember the movie Good Burger?
Yes.
The soundtrack.
What is even on that?
I don't know. Do you want fries with that shake? That was one of the songs.
I can tell how that's really influenced your career.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Yeah.
favorite junk food?
Ooh, I have a sweet tooth. So, chocolate and sweet and sour candy. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have to avoid that before you sing?
I probably should, but
nah.
I'm trying to get better at it.
It's hard.
Better. I know.
Okay, song you're most embarrassed to admit is on your iPod.
I don't.
Pressure.
I'm trying to think. Probably like an old demo that I am.
Oh, we've got the Jeopardy music.
Oh gosh.
Old demo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would be scared to have those on my phone just in case it's on shuffle in the car and then it comes on.
Yeah, it's definitely something I wouldn't want anybody to hear.
I remember I used to take voice lessons when I was a kid, and my vocal warm-ups would be on there, and my mom would always play them for people, and I'm like, oh my god, take that off. It's so bad.
My brother and I, because my brother is a singer-songwriter, we each kind of have our song that we we don't want to be found again.
Okay.
And like one of our first songs we ever did. So now it's just a joke to, if family or friends are over that haven't heard the song, I like to play his.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny.
Luckily, mine's not on iTunes. His is.
Oh, that sucks for him.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's important.
Okay.
How many times do you wear a pair of jeans before washing them?
Oh, it depends.
Give me a number.
I would say I'm a two.
Two-wear? Oh, that's pretty clean.
Yeah, I mean, I try to do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my goal.
I read somewhere that you're not supposed to wash them. You're supposed to put them in the freezer, and I guess it kills the germs more. I've never tried it, but try that at home if you're listening or watching.
Wow.
Kind of fun. Okay. Last lie you told.
Probably on the way here. when I
Right.
when I was like, oh, I'm 15 minutes behind, and I was not.
It's okay. LA traffic. You can always use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
That's the best part about living here. Okay, how many selfies do you take before you post one?
Oh, some days you have good days and bad days, and I probably take a solid 5.
5? That's not too bad.
Yeah.
See, I'm like, I just pose in front of the camera for too long, and then I don't even get a good one. I need to work on that selfie game.
I know, me too.
Okay, and finally, favorite reality show.
I have been really into, I guess this is kind of a reality show, Fixer Upper on HGTV.
Oh, that counts. That totally counts.
Yeah, right.
All of those home renovation shows.
I have been really into that.
That's funny. You could write a song for it or something.
Yeah.
Product placement. There we go. Okay, let's talk about music. You grew up in a musical family. Mm-hmm. So, because sometimes if your parents are musicians, they always encourage their kids, like, be a doctor. Or were you encouraged to do music?
No, I mean, my mom was the one in a band, and my dad has his own business.
Okay.
And so my mom just wanted us to be able to play piano and have a friend in the piano, but she never forced music as a career on us. And my dad, being like very business minded, was like, okay, let's figure out how we can finance this and monetize it. So it was, my dad struggles with it a little sometimes because it's obviously not the easiest route, but they've supported me 100%.
Because you self-funded your first 2 albums while you were in college?
Yeah. And then, after that, it's like, trying to figure out how to keep it going.
Yeah.
How to fund it all adds up really quickly, especially recording.
Can you talk a little bit about the process of like funding your own album? Because I think a lot of people don't really know when you hear like starving artists, these are people actually like putting their own money into making their albums.
Well, I guess there are a lot of, you have the studio time, which if you want, nowadays you don't have to record in the nicest studio. A lot of people just do it from their house. But paying musicians and getting it mixed and mastered and all the costs after, if you're going to make physical copies, to get, for example, maybe 1,000 CDs, it's, I think, like at least maybe around 1,500 or so.
Oh, wow.
And then to promote that, and there's you could go on with the promotion, like music videos, and
there's so much.
Yeah.
So when you went to college, was that as sort of like a backup plan, or did you think, because you had a communications degree?
Yeah. Well, I started out in business, and at the time, that was when I recorded my first album, and I was still trying to figure out what my major was going to be, and then I switched to architecture, and around that time, I had really decided that I really wanted to pursue music fully, and I love design, but architecture, I kind of had to do one or the other, really. And so I switched to communications because it's a general.
Yeah, you can kind of apply it wherever you want.
Yeah, and so that's when I really decided I was going to put everything into music, and
That's exciting. So then you won a competition. Tell me about that.
The Budweiser.
Well, we'll talk about the Budweiser one too, and then we got to talk about the one that got you to your album now. But yeah, tell me about the Budweiser one.
Okay. Well, that was it was the Superfest contest, and I just submitted a video, and it was for a grand prize of $25,000, and it was right around the time I was recording my last album. And I recorded in Philadelphia with Dice Raw from The Roots.
Oh, wow.
And I had told him I had all this money to record, and I really didn't. And this contest came up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to win because I don't have the money. I got a second job, to try to save up, and I was nowhere near that money. And so I ended up winning, and I got the call the day before I flew out to Philly to record.
Oh, so then you could come with your money.
Yes, yeah.
That's stressful.
Yeah.
That's like a good thing to do, though. You just tell people you have the money, and then hopefully it happens.
Gosh. It all worked out, luckily.
So then tell me, because you did your album with Don Was, how did that come about?
Well, that was another... it was put on by Guitar Center, and it's part of their singer-songwriter program. And my brother was in it the year before. He was a finalist. Don wasn't the judge that year.
Okay.
But when I saw that Don was going to be a part of it this past year, I knew his history. I grew up listening to artists he produced, and even though I didn't know it at the time growing up, but I just knew I had to go for it, and
It worked.
I'm just,
That's awesome. And for people who don't know, he's produced Bob Dylan, Rolling Stones, Joan Baez,
Bonnie
Raitt, literally everyone.
Yeah, he's the man.
And now he produced your entire EP?
Yeah.
Tell me what that was like.
It was pretty surreal just to be in the studio. We tracked at Henson Studios, and he brought in James Gadson on drums, who played on D'Angelo's latest record, and he played for Bill Withers and all these legendary artists, and Hutch Hutchinson on bass, Bonnie Raitt's bass player, Mark Goldenberg on guitar, Michito Sanchez on percussion, and we tracked everything live in the studio, and that was my first time playing and singing live with the band all at once.
Yeah, because I don't think people realize that everybody comes in and sort of records their whole thing, and then the producer puts it together.
Yeah, and I typically like to separate my, piano and vocals, but I just, I trusted that Don knew what he was doing, obviously, and so we didn't record to a click track.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was really kind of organic, and every take was a little different.
Than the other. That's cool.
Yeah.
When you go into the studio with somebody like that, and you have your own ideas for your record, I imagine I'd be a little afraid to be like, no, I don't like this, but you're Don Was, you can do what you want.
Yeah. Well, I tend to micromanage a little bit.
Okay.
Just because, I've been an independent artist, and but I knew going into this, I met with Don earlier last summer, and we kind of talked about ideas, and he told me his, and I just knew right away that we were on the same page. He played me Laura Nero's record with Patti LaBelle, and Patti LaBelle was her backup singer for this record with two other women, and it was Laura Nero and the Bells or something. And Laura Nero was a singer-songwriter in the 70s, and as soon as I heard that record, I just knew, okay,
that's my sound.
He's got it. Yeah, he's got it down. And then when we got into the studio and started playing with the musicians, it just I didn't need to say much at all. Okay. It all just he knows how to highlight an artist's strengths, and so he really just knew.
What would you say is the best advice he's given you?
Well, one piece of advice was just to not succumb to trends and just be who you are. and trust in your artistry. That was a big one for me.
Yeah, that's cool, because when you're listening to the EP, it doesn't sound like anything on Top 40 right now or anything on the charts anywhere. Did you avoid listening to that stuff while you're making the album, or is that not necessary?
I mean, I listen to it every now and then, and, I still listen to the music my parents were listening to growing up. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music, but I guess, the way I write just, I don't know, it just steers that way.
Probably if you're like classically trained on the piano too, that helps you do more like musical things.
Yeah.
What is your songwriting process like? Are you like, can you just sit at a piano and write something, or does like somebody have to piss you off to get you in the studio? What happens?
Well, if you piss me off, that definitely helps. Like, it gives me a little material. But I guess I tend to start with, I'm really melody driven.
Okay.
And so I will sit at the piano and chords. I'll just sit at the piano and usually start with the chords and melody, and then lyrics come later.
Okay.
Typically, but sometimes it's the other way around. But you really have to like be inspired to write. It's hard for me to like sit down and just
like you're a robot.
Yeah.
Did you write it all with Don, or did you have all these songs written before you got there?
I wrote them before. I gave him 20 songs.
Oh, wow.
Prior to the studio, and he kind of picked which ones he was into the most.
That's exciting. Well, and he speaks so highly of the album now too, and all the press he does. That's got to feel pretty exciting.
Yeah, it feels really good. He's super down to earth and real cool guy. And just even outside of the studio, I'm just, thankful for the friendship that was formed through all this.
That's awesome. So now you're going on tour?
Yes.
Tell me about what can we expect from the tour?
Well, I'm headed out in March with David Choi, and we're starting here. We play the Troubadour March.
Oh, that's a fun venue.
Yeah, I love that place. And then we kind of hit OC and San Diego, and then Texas, Atlanta, East Coast, all up the East Coast, and then Toronto, and I think Chicago and Detroit, and then to Seattle, Pacific Northwest area.
Sounds busy. Do you like life on the road?
I do and I don't.
I know, because it seems fun. I always think when you're on the stage and playing is probably exciting, but then you're in a van with like smelly boys all day.
Yeah, well, I am going solo for this one.
Okay, so just you. That's good.
And my
and
sister.
You and your clean jeans.
Yes. Although it gets a little tricky on the road. That's another part of it.
We won't ask questions.
No, we won't get into that.
Are you doing any cover songs?
I probably will, yeah, throw in some here and there. I like to just kind of feel out, because every show is different, and the vibe you get from the audience is always different. So I tend to, have a general idea and then kind of switch it up.
While you're going, that's kind of intense, though.
Well,
I guess it's your job. Okay, before we go, we're going to build a Tess Henley playlist.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you some categories, and you have to give me a song for them.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Go to breakup song.
Breakup song. Oh,
I was going to accent you,
Oh, that's a good one. Let's do
perfect.
That.
I love Kelly. Okay, favorite song to drive to?
I've been listening to Tune Yards lately.
That's like good vibey driving music.
Yeah, so let's go with Water Fountain for that.
Perfect. Song to drink to?
What are we drinking?
Okay, we're drinking tequila.
Oh, okay. Ooh, gosh. How about
It's okay. You can say whatever pops in your head.
Some like I'm thinking Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh, okay. That's good tequila. What about if we're drinking wine?
Oh, wine. Maybe a little more. We could maybe go into the jazz side of things.
See, my wine is like the Joni Mitchell Blue Album. That's like, give me a bottle and I'm good.
That's a great choice. I've been also into Gregory Porter lately.
Oh, okay.
And so let's see. On My Way to Harlem.
Oh, okay.
That's one of his songs.
I'll have to look that up. And Make Out Song.
Some oh man.
On the spot.
I know. The thing is, it's kind of ironic because I am a musician, but I haven't listened to a ton of music.
Because you're making it?
Yeah.
That makes sense, though.
But Make Out Song, okay. Let's do a little bit of Music Soul Child.
Okay. You have like really good playlists. This is good. We'll put this up.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so EP Wonderland is out now. Where can we find more info from you? What's your website, your social medias?
My website is tesshenley.com. And all my social sites are pretty much just at Tess Henley.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks
this is so much fun. If you guys want more from AfterBuzz, you can follow us at AfterBuzz TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can follow me at Jason Ikeler. We will see you in here next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.